Hello. So we are a couple days after our project has ended here, and I get to share the official final numbers for everything. Of course, some people's pledges might get dropped along the way as people's cards get declined, stuff like that. That always happens. But as far as I am concerned, these are our numbers. So I just want to say that I already shared most of this information over on the What We Possess update a week or two ago, but obviously those weren't the final numbers, so some of the numbers have shifted a little bit, and so I just want to go over them here for us here on Zoetrope. First of all, um, What We Possess and Zoetrope, fix that text. This project, What We Possess, Zoetrope, these things, they're all working together, they're being manufactured together, they're shipping together, so the money for both the projects pretty much just goes into a pile. This pile is $51,000 and 600. I always do that. 600 cents. Why am I like this? It's $51,600. There we go. That is a really, really incredible lump sum of money. Take Me to the Dark. This neon sign here. That project wanted 45,000 to fund these games, and it didn't make it. But together, these two projects did make it, and that's really awesome. And so I just want to go over what some of the costs look like and what it's like to run a project like this and where the money goes so that you all know where your money goes. And so you all know, especially, that this project never could have happened without you. So we lose about 10% of our funds to Kickstarter fees for using their platform and card processing fees. So that's already like $5,100 taken out. Then for advertising fees on all three of these projects, the failed Take Me to the Dark, but also What We Possess, and now Zoetrope, that was just under $6,000 of advertising. So we're left with $40,560. Then the art costs. There was a lot of different art costs across one, two, three, four, five, six, seven artists. Eight, because Collapsar also was working on Secret Halls. There's a lot of money that went in a lot of different directions, and overall that was $36,500. Once we take that out, we have just $4,000 left from the overall budget. Once we hit manufacturing cost, that is another $18,000. So that leaves us with negative $14,000. um, Now, there is some caveats to that, obviously, or I would just be like screaming and crying and throwing up and filing bankruptcy or something. Um, the 3,500 I paid Samantha Dow for the early work on What We Possess happened like 5 years ago. $6,000 for Ricky Lee Benedetto's $12,000 contract was already paid. What was it? I don't know, last year. It was paid last year. Um, but it was out of Alleyway Oracle's extra funds. $2,000 of Milk's fees already came out. So did the 5,000 for Collapsar. Just overall, even though this ultimately was a negative for the project, because of the funds that led us into this, we actually are doing just fine. We're $2,000 over roughly of the money that we're getting right now and still paying out. And the additional copies of everything that I'm going to be ordering, once I sell those, that will bring back in like $30,000 to $50,000, just depending on how much I sell it for. So, just generally speaking, this project, I mean, it's expensive. It's hard to do these kinds of things, and I do pay my artists very well. I've had people tell me before, if you were better at budgeting for your art, and I was like, it's not budgeting for the art; it's just paying the artists what they deserve. And earnestly, Ricky Lee Benedetto was like, in the future, if I did a project this big, I'd probably charge more. And I'm like, you should. Um, we made a big contract, but it still could have been higher. I don't know. That's just life. Obviously, I didn't get paid anything on this project. Um, there was no money left to make that happen. But when I sell the additional copies, it will bring in enough money to pay myself a little bit, but also to remanufacture and make more to sell in the future. I really do think that it's a fantastic couple of games, and I really hope to be able to offer them for years to come. And that was only possible with your help. So the last part of this update is just about the importance of crowdfunding. We're in a time where more than anything, a lot of really big companies do come onto Kickstarter or BackerKit or crowdfunding platforms in general and use them as kind of like launching off points for throwing new products out there. A lot of those companies don't really need it. Like Brandon Sanderson launched a Kickstarter here and made just like records amount of money for novels. But he's also like one of the biggest names in sci-fi in the modern world. He probably really didn't need to do that. And that's a longer conversation. But all I want to say is that indie companies like mine really do depend on this and you to exist. None of this could have happened without you. Publishing Goblin would be doing nothing. I cannot make these things without your help. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your pledge, even if it was $1, $5, even if it was $100. Like every single one of you is so massively important, and you are massively important to making this possible in the future too. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being here long term. If you've been here across many projects, thank you for being here into the future. If you want to continue supporting the things I make. Um, I'm still doing a lot of work to stabilize Publishing Goblin in both divination and game communities so that this can become a more proper full-time job for me, but also for other people. My favorite thing I get to do in this position is bring new opportunities to other artists. There are a bunch of people right now who rely on me for their money. I have people working on big projects that every single project I run, I'm pretty much just trying to get money to keep paying them. That is both a big responsibility, but it's really, really wonderful and humbling, you know? So all of that is just to say, again, thank you for being here. You being here really does make a difference, and it means the world. All right. Well, I will come back next week, or probably 2 weeks from now, and share some design stuff with you, some final cards, and of course the events that we've been making over the course of this project. I also want to say, and this is just another thing that just really does mean a lot to me, and I wish that I could do more of it. We had 16 people sign up to receive community copies on this project. Those are people who couldn't afford to back the project, but who really wanted a copy. And 17 of you bought community copies as add-ons. So every single one of the people who signed up for a community copy is getting one. And there's also one extra open space. So I will let people know. And if a 17th person signs up, they get that. And that's just really amazing. You didn't have to do that, but you did choose to think about community. And I know it's only 17 people, but for those 17 people, they wouldn't have ever had a chance to have this in the first place. So what you did for them was really, really wonderful. So thank you. All right. I'll talk to you in the future. I promise it won't be very long. And then we'll hopefully get it moving to manufacturing and shipping in just a few months. All right. Bye-bye.